picked out for that. Yeah. And I remember, I vaguely, is he newish there within the past 10 years? Or has he been there for a while?
I don't know, I graduated a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
He's been there for a long time.
But it's cool to get people like old dudes like us that are still stoked and keeping it
It was
going.
really cool. I have just always thought math was boring. I've always
can
been
be.
good at it, but like,
It
oh,
can
this is
be.
lame.
I mean, it can be. I could sit here and lecture to you guys all day long, which, you know, is one way of getting stuff across to you. But I've discovered over 20 years of doing this that it's way kind of more interesting if I ask you questions, if I make you part of the process. It's slower. I mean, that's one of the problems with it. And I feel terrible for the high school teachers because they have to deal with Oaks testing and we got to get through. It's always so funny when I hear people, we have to cover this and cover this and cover this. I'm like, why don't you uncover stuff? Rather than covering it up, it's uncover. It's just such a funny choice of verb to use for math. Cover. It's only in the math. It seems like it's only in the math classes that it happens. Like English teachers aren't talking about covering prepositions. They just kind of happen as part of the process.
But you're a lot like Patty, though. I mean, I've had.
Oh, Hammer's great, for sure.
I've had her for almost all of my math classes
We
here.
have this great Hammer Butcher, these great last names in our department.
She's crazy.
Hammer. She's crazy, yeah, we all are a little bit.
No, I mean funny crazy. Just
I know.
Yeah.
But she is always thinking about assessment and how to understand if you guys understand something. I mean, that's kind of a...
Kellen's the same way.
Yes,
Yeah.
Smythe. And he's on the calculus end of it and the tech math end of it.
I took trig,
Mhm.
and thank God I had him because I don't
Yeah.
know if I would have made it through.
That's the only other course I really, really, truly love teaching besides the stat classes is the trig class. It's just, I mean, because I like to build stuff.
Doesn't he have a wife, Jackie, or something like that?
Is he married now?
Yes, he is.
Jackie.
He's got his own business down at the bottom.
He works for College Excel.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the bottom of the hill for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's easy for me to get excited about this kind of stuff because, especially with this, it's just in your world. This is one I saw a couple years back. Oh, I was going to say something about assessment. So I return stuff to you as soon as I get it back to you. So your job is to hold on to that. Hold on to that stuff. And make sure that the progress reports coming out match what you have in your folder. And if they don't, just let me know and we fix things up. Fair enough? So before I get into this, although this is tied to everything else we've been doing, last time the topic that we did, I called Intro to Probability and Statistics. Let me exit out of here for a sec. Just so we understand exactly kind of what's going on. So we, if you will, and I hate using the word finished, but we finished what I had locked up. If you look at the homework sheet, which is not, this is not mandatory. I mean, this is do as little or as much as you need to do to understand. The intro to prob and stat. This is what we spent last time doing, essentially. There's a bunch of questions in here. You know, do as many or as few as you want. There's some reading up here, and I call it suggested. That's kind of a loaded word. I mean, it's if you want to read, it's there. Here are the problems I picked out that I found kind of interesting. I think I told you this already. The ones that don't have hyperlinks have solutions in the text. The ones that don't have solutions have hyperlinks, which go to videos. That'll show you how to walk through the problems. So again, and then I've got these problems at the bottom that are just extra, they're not extra credit, they're just ones I've made up outside of the text. Eventually they'll be in the book as well, I just haven't gotten around to that point yet. And they have solutions down here, underneath, down here. So please, Ariel.
Are we going to be going over homework questions? And
Not in class time. Grab me in between for sure if you have individual questions. That's something else that I got from class evaluations last term. Not a majority, but a sizable-ish chunk would say things like, you know, it's great that you go over homework, except the problem is I'm bored because I didn't have the questions. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I saw it in like 15 or 20 responses out of like 100, and I'm like, wow, that's a sizable chunk. So that's why I said, let's make the quizzes, let's turn the quizzes in, keep you on this. And any questions you have about this, just grab me at the break or after class,
Okay.
and we'll get them answered for sure. I'm not saying don't ask me.
Right.
I'm just saying, I guess I shouldn't take class time to go over it. This is more of an independent kind of thing. So, I mean, I hated to see that go, but at the same time, that's what votes were for.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it kind of does, but it broke my heart a little bit too.
If you have a question on like a homework,
Yes!
can we email you?
Of course you may.
All right.
You can always email, you can always grab me in the hall, grab me at the break, grab me after class, I mean, grab me before class if we have time. Always, for sure, yeah. It's just that the votes said don't do it during class, so, okay, I won't. So anyway, that's what we, if you will, finished last time. But it doesn't mean it's going away, it just means that that's where those problems kind of sit pretty nicely while it's fresh in your mind. We're going to build off that today and the rest of the course. So here is something that grabbed my attention a few years ago, and I haven't seen it since, and I think I know why. And they had run this ad for a few days. Go ahead, check that out. Check that out. You're reading that. Let me prep something up here. There you are.
How come whenever I go to Walmart, I spend like $200?
Say that again.
Whenever I go into Walmart, I spend like $200.
$200. Well, maybe according to them, even if you didn't shop at Walmart, you'd still spend $200. I don't know. What was that, King Louis? We'll deal with that one then. So, how many of you remember seeing this? It's a few years old now, and I haven't seen. Well, in all honesty, I don't watch a whole lot of television anymore, so I haven't seen it on TV. I haven't heard them running this ad anymore. They did run it a few other years. This is, they ran that one in 08, I think. That one probably was in 06 or 09, I don't exactly remember. What are we getting at here? What are we getting at here? What is Walmart getting at here?
Saves you money.
Saves us money. But how can they save us money if we don't shop there?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, did you catch that part?
Yeah.
We're gonna save you $3,100 a year, even if you don't shop at Walmart. That's a pretty ballsy claim,
Yeah.
don't you think? So how can they make that claim?
Are they just saying that it's no matter what Walmart you go to? And that's how I kind of.
I think it's more general, man. I think it's you can shop at Walgreens
I think
and save $3,100. Tell me your name, my friend.
Kendra.
Kendra, thank you. Go.
Competitive prices, reasonable prices.
I think that's what they're getting at, yeah? The idea that when Walmart, and I've read many, many articles about this. I haven't read any articles countering it yet. I like to get both sides of an argument, but I have one side, as Kendra pointed out, the idea that if Walmart can come into an area and they bring this juggernaut of an economic structure with them, they can offer very low prices, which is, I think, that's their ad, right? And always low prices, always, or something like that. And the idea is, in order to compete with Walmart in a locale, like Bend, for example, what do other businesses have to do?
lower the prices.
That.
They lower their prices, but like, what does it depend on? Like a lot of different things. Like you could take like you could take like Redmond, right? And as soon as Super Walmart opened, right? What was it, like Thriftway or something? Those guys shut down
They
right
shut
away,
down.
right? And then now Ray's is shutting down because, and talking to the employees there, you could say, well, because of Super Walmart, we can't compete. And you know, honestly,
Trader Joe's,
yeah, Ray's is a little bit more expensive than Walmart, but
of course. Look what you're getting for the product.
but that's just one little area. Now, what if you went to like Phoenix or St. Paul or
Well,
something?
hold tight, friend. Because what I did was, I noticed nothing here, but if you look right here, it says Global Insight, the price impact of Walmart, an update through 2006, published on 9/4/07, which I'm sure nobody even saw, because the picture's pretty resolution poor on the screen. So I went and Googled it, I found it. So I decided to check out this document, which is price impact of Walmart, an update through 2006. Take a moment, if you will, and read this piece that I pulled out of it. Now, granted, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. It's like 70 pages long. But these, in particular, interested me. I'm going to grab some more water, too, while you're reading. Why am I interested in these paragraphs? The bold was not in their document, FYI. I added the bold. We're getting to your point too, Pat. Thank you for yours, because your point is very, very wonderful. We should pause the video and start it again, because otherwise it's going to be 30 minutes long. Who the hell needs that?